Today we will discuss from where we have ended in the last class, that is sulfonamides a little bit, and if time permits then we will start a new chapter, that is theoretical drug design or rational drug design or computer aided drug design. First of all, we will discuss sulfonamide. As you know, the sulfonamide is a functional groups containing SO2 NH2. Sulfonamides, any molecules containing these groups can have some biological importance. So, let us see what are the sulfur drugs. Drugs containing sulfonamides are known as sulfur drugs. A very simple example of sulfonamides which came into existence in the year, I have said, in the year 1935. So, that is SO2, NH2 and this. So, this is sulfanilamide that has come into existence in the year 1935 from the molecule prontosil. Prontosil basically is an azodide. Now, this discovery started well before, it dates back to 1932. Yesterday I was studying that it dates back to 1932 when the prontosil was studied for its possible antibacterial activity. It is used in urinary tract infections. In the year 1936, this prontosil upon metabolism yields sulfonilamides. If you look at the total molecule prontosil, this is like this, NH2 and NH2. So, upon metabolizing this yields this one and another compound, this one. The medical or medicinal importance of the sulfonamides was further established in the year of 1936 when junior president of the then president 1936 Roosevelt Jr. was treated with the sulfur drugs, and consequently a Nobel Prize was won. Who discovered prontosil? Who is the scientist who discovered? What's his name? Last class only we have said. Anyone? No. Jane? No. It's not Jane. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. What is the year? 1928. Then penicillin was also nurtured by Florey, right? Floray, Florey and Chen, and they shared the Nobel Prize for the discovery of penicillin in 1945. So, penicillin G, benzyl penicillin or penicillin G. So, this also fetches Nobel Prize in the year 1939. Basically, this molecule, the sulfonamides, if you number it, this nitrogen is numbered 1, or we will keep the functional group in the reverse SO2 NH2. So, this nitrogen is numbered as nitrogen 1 and this is numbered as nitrogen 4. Nitrogen 1 can be monosubstituted R. So, this R basically, so the molecule totally is distributed into 4 parts. One is the amine groups at 4 positions, second one is the cyclic ring structure, that is benzene ring, and third one is SO2NH, and the fourth one is a substituent if R is equal to H, then the name of the compound is sulfanilamide. তাই তো? Sulfanilamide. And if R is equal to pyridine, then the compound is sulfapyridine. The name sulfa is there and then pyridine. If it is this, then sulfa diazine. Generally, even more 5-membered heterocyclic rings are attached. What is this? This is added here. It's isoxazole. So if R is replaced by this, the compound is sulfa isoxazole, sulfisoxazole. And again, if this is being replaced by one methyl group here and this is unsubstituted, then it is sulfa methizole. So these are the compounds of importance as antibacterial agents or as sulfur drugs. As we can see, almost all the substituent at R are basically heterocyclic ring systems, maybe 5-membered or 6-membered, but containing one heteroatoms apart from all the carbons. So nitrogen is a heteroatom, oxygen is an heteroatom, nitrogen again is an heteroatom, 2 nitrogens. These are of course cyclic, aromaticity must be there. So this substituent is a cyclic aromatic heterocycles which yields a number of sulfonamides of medicinal importance. Now, if this is the structure of sulfonamides, now let us see a little bit about the SAR. What is SAR? Structure activity relationship. Of course, our next class is on QSAR, quantitative structure activity relationship. So SAR is structure activity relationship, that is what are the structural features available in these molecules or this parent structure to yield different molecules which are of importance. First one is 1 and 4 disubstitution is a must. That is amino and sulfonyl group at 1 and 4 position is a must. At 1 and 4 position of the benzene ring is a must. Second one, this nitrogen at position 4 must be unsubstituted. 4n হচ্ছে unsubstituted. Okay. Then third one, the ring structure, of course it's benzene. If you replace benzene, then there is a loss of activity. If you replace benzene with some heterocyclic aromatic ring also, then it yields inactive compounds. So the third one is ring is benzene. Number 4 is the substituent R. When you replace R by heterocyclic aromatic, then activity will increase. So these are in short about the SAR of sulfonamides. Now let us see how the sulfonamide do act, that is what is the mechanism. This also we have discussed, but today let us see if we can add something new. Pteridine molecules we know, pteridine is a fused two benzene rings with two nitrogen in each benzene ring and an amino group here and a hydroxyl group there. Of course, these are aromatic, this is also aromatic. Here, if you add pteridine plus what? PABA, para amino benzoic acid, PABA or para amino benzoic acid. Now, benzoic acid, right? So, it is COOH and then this one NH2. If these two are added, then we will get dihydro or dihydroteroic acid with the help of an enzyme pteroid synthetase. This on treatment with glutamic acids, right? Glutamic acid is an, what is that? Glutamic acid, it is an amino acid. It is essential or non-essential? What are the essential amino acids? It's very simple to remember. I have told you, 8. 8. No, I told you. MP is ill and he is watching a television of the channel TTV or ETV. Methionine, phenylalanine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, threonine, tryptophan, valine. So, these are all essential amino acids. Whatever, it's my logic, it can be your logic, another one. So, glutamic acid is an amino acids which are of non-essential category, and the structure of this one is also very simple. What is that? COOH, then CH2